live from the studio. That might have been my worst fade ever. I think I waited way too long to fade on that one.
Great. That was great, man.
Possible. That was Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult. Not to be confused with Burnin' For You, which is the other big song by Blue Oyster Cult. But this is the cowbell song. And my brother and I were in a heated, not so heated debate over which one was better. I had to go with Don't Fear the Reaper. Because Burnin' For You is pretty straightforward. You know what it's about.
Sure.
I'm burning for you.
But still, to this day, what is Fear the Reaper about?
What is it about? My brother says, you know how Seasons has the shirts that say legalize marinara? He always says that they should have another shirt that says Seasons Don't Fear the Reaper. And I was like, that'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I get it, but it took me a second.
Yeah.
Legalized marinara is like straightforward.
And that goes for everybody.
Seasons Don't Fear the Reaper. It's like, all right, I get it, but I'm not going to buy that shirt.
Yeah, you're not going to buy
Legalized marinara, you're like, yeah, this is a silly pizza shirt. I'll buy this.
You might steal that shirt, though. You might steal
Seasons Don't Fear the Reaper.
I would steal that.
I guess.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Dom? Fuck you, dude.
Fuck you and your idea. You piece of shit.
So what's it about, dude? Give me the lowdown on this 1998
so we're
website.
To our favorite website, lyric interpretations. So this guy, this is a 5-star review on the site apparently, but he says, "I can't believe you all missed this. This is a vampire love song, not about suicide, not even close. Just think of all the vampire imagery and the women that falls in love with him. What? The vampires fly, the curtains blow, and the vampire is there. The candles go out. Now go over the song. Come on, baby, don't fear the Reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the Reaper. We'll be able to fly. Don't fear the Reaper. Baby, I'm your man. Don't fear death. You will live forever. If I bite you, we'll be able to fly." Wait, is that part of the song?
That is not a lyric. I think he put that lyric in. He had me going for like the whole time until he said, "If I bite you, you'll be able to fly." I'm pretty sure I don't remember that line.
He came the last night of sadness, and it was clear that she couldn't go on. Then the door was open, the wind appeared, the candles blew, and then disappeared. Curtains flew, then he appeared, saying, "Don't be afraid." So yeah, I was thinking that was the Reaper.
Yeah, I thought that was a Reaper. Unless the vampire is a Reaper.
This guy is saying, "Come on, baby, she had no fear, ran, da 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 da. Take his hand." Okay, there's more lyrics, I guess. "She can't take it. She runs to him. He bites her. Now she is like she is a vampire, and they started to fly."
Dude, who wrote this? Did a 12-year-old girl write this?
They're all anonymous.
I think a 12-year-old Twilight fan wrote this.
Like they are, and they started to fly. So not about suicide. It is a vampire love song. But then most of the other reviews are just like this. The love of my life died, and he and I were not together at the time. One night before I fell asleep, I asked him if there was anything he wanted to tell me. In a dream that night, he was talking to me, but we had a bad connection. Go figure. He said the repo. I kept asking him in the dream, "What? I can't hear you." A week or so later, my son got a hold of the iPad and played this song for a few seconds before moving to another. Then it hit me. And when I read the lyrics, I got chills and smiled. This song means to me that our story is not over yet.
And then 3 days later, her car was repossessed. So there you have it, folks. Now you know what Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult is about. I'm Jimmy Selesky, BTW.
Merritt Glazer.
And
we got a hot cast tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of seasons, dude, I got a little spring fever. It's been warm.
It has been a little warm.
I've been digging
it. It was like in the 60s the other day. It was nice.
Today it was like 45.
It was in the 60s and there was snow on the ground.
Yeah,
yesterday.
That's always a weird feeling. Was it actually in the 60s, or did you think it was in the 60s relative to
it was.
It was like actually?
Yeah, for sure.
I think my car thermometer is broken. My car was like, dude, it's 43 degrees. Like, it doesn't feel like 43 degrees.
You have the AC on backwards and it's just blowing like inside the internals of your car.
Yeah, my car is
messing
just
up
like
the temperature.
I don't know what's going on, dude. But any temperature above, I mean, it's been like 20 degrees for the past, 2 weeks, I think?
Yeah.
It snowed like 7 times.
And like once your body gets used to that, like, dude, like 40 felt great the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is nice. There's no wind.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, like, this is great. It's not sleeting on my face as I walk.
I've been leaving the windows wide open in my apartment.
Oh, yeah, dude. I was like, I literally had my windows open yesterday and most of today.
and I've been refusing to close them no matter how cold I get because I'm
Just
like,
crank the heat.
It's spring, dude.
Crank the heat. Even
Crank
it
the
out.
heat, baby. But you know, this is the problem with late winter weather is nature always does this. Mother Nature loves to blue balls you.
Nature finds a way.
Yeah, she finds a way to fucking. She like kind of like tickles your balls a little bit with a little 60-degree day here,
Yeah.
and then next week it's gonna be like 3 feet of snow,
Oh, of
and you're
course.
like, oh come on.
Know what my theory is? Why we're getting all this snow? We had like 6 months of no pollution last year, and I feel like literally the
That's a
Earth
good-
was just like, oh, cool, we can snow again.
I did not think about that, but that is a very viable theory,
Right?
actually. My theory
Because
was
I don't know.
no, that's a
It
good
kind of
theory.
makes sense though, right?
It makes sense. The only thing I would say is like I don't know if nature would kick back that fast. Like
Dude, I think so. I believe in nature.
like if we can just stop polluting for 6 months and then it starts like snowing constantly again. First of all, it's starting to snow a little too much. So I'm starting to think maybe we should start polluting a little bit. Let's get a little bit more fucking sewage in the
Hey,
bay.
China, step your game back up.
I know. It's like, look, it's cool first couple times. Now it's like, dude, can somebody throw a fucking 6-pack around a dolphin's nose or something just to get it to fucking stop? I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for spring, and I didn't pay attention on Groundhog's Day. I didn't hear what Phil said. But I feel like
Patapsco Phil or something.
Patapsco Phil. That's ours.
Yeah, that's the one in Dundalk. He pops out of the shit plant.
6 more weeks of this town sucking. Okay. Thanks, Patapsco Phil.
It's not even a groundhog. It's like a nutria.
Nutria.
It's not even the same one every year. After
Yeah.
the ceremony, they just eat it.
They do eat that shit on the Eastern Shore,
They
though, right?
fucking eat that shit, dude. They call it. They think it's fish or like.
They think it's fish.
They don't think it's fish, but it is classified as like fish. So people in that area
I mean, like
will
seafood.
eat it for like on Lent. You know, like when you're only supposed to eat fish and stuff. They'll be able to eat nutria.
Oh my,
I know, it's gross.
that is gross and also ridiculous that they somehow get away with that. They're like,
Yeah.
no, it's fish.
No,
It's
no.
fish.
I mean, we caught it in the water.
It's technically seafood. It looks
Yeah.
like a fucking rat beaver, but it's a fish.
It's fucked up.
I would like to. Would you ever try it? Would you try nutria?
Maybe under the right circumstances. Like the most, adventurous I've ever been was recent when I had squirrel. Squirrel it wasn't bad.
I'd imagine it
But
would
also, like, a professional chef prepared it for us. So, yeah.
I feel like squirrel kind of tastes like rabbit a little bit, and rabbit's a rodent. I guess we've debated this 4 million times, but rabbit is kind of a rodent was the answer, but not really. But I think that's a meat that I'd be perfectly comfortable eating, like rabbit meat.
Well, rabbit
fine.
is a distant cousin to the horse. So I guess it would be like horse meat.
And horse meat, fine. I eat it at Szechuan House all the time. It's good.
Now. But no, that's actually kind of a weird thing that actually people get in arguments about that in like more rural communities because like I think people do eat horse around the world. But then also like in America there are certain traditions of like eating horse, but then kind of the lines got pushed back once people were like, no, my little girl rides a horse and I don't want her to think that blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but also we make glue out of them, don't we?
Yeah.
We make glue and we make violin bows out of their tails.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Those bows are made out of horsehair.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like bones.
Yeah. And the original
Hair's not bad because, wool's made out of hair or
Yeah.
sheep's and shit.
and they could technically just cut a horse's tail, which is
Yeah,
all
with
hair, I
scissors.
think, right? Yeah. I think it's all hair. And it's conveniently the exact length of a violin bow, which is like, which came first, the violin bow or the horse? You
It
gotta
really
won-
makes you think.
It really makes you wonder.
What do you think they used? Do you think they always used horsehair? Or like, do you think back in the day when they first discovered violins, they're like, let's just, I don't know.
I mean, if you're gonna use
Or
any,
some long hairs. Oh, we could try my pubes first. You're too curly.
well, everyone, all the notes are so fucking curly notes, dude. I think, well, originally they used to make the strings out of intestines. Did you know that?
Oh.
Yeah. So the strings you would get, and I think if you're playing classical guitar, you can still get intestine strings.
Really?
And apparently
Would
they're
those
like,
snap like really quick?
I feel like they last the longest, dude.
How?
Intestinal fortitude.
It's like fucking jerky.
I don't know what they do, dude. They probably put in like embalming fluid. I don't know, dude. We're talking.
It's still living. There's a miniature horse on the back of your guitar, like a little battery pack.
Gotta keep it alive.
They're also snap.
Just a horse on the back with his intestines out, and you grab his tail and play it. What the hell's going on, dude? This is the worst instrument ever.
It's like the Flintstones version of it.
The horse is just sitting there. It's a living. I was talking about this to someone. I was talking about like how being a male animal either is the worst thing ever or the best thing ever, because dairy cows, like cows, which the animal is called a cattle, which I always thought a cattle was just a bunch of cows.
Yeah.
But the actual animal is called cattle. And then a female of that, bless you,
Thank you.
is called a cow. And the male, if it is not castrated, is called a bull. Bless you.
And then if it's castrated, it's a steer.
Yes. Wow. You knew that.
No, I just kind of picked up.
Nice. You picked up without
I
putting
knew
that.
that steer was the only one left.
But the majority of meat, like steak you get, is like male cow meat, male cattle meat, because they keep the females alive to milk them and stuff. And so I was thinking, like, I guess basically they just keep like the best bull around. They don't cut his balls off, and they just let him fuck chicks his whole life. This whole life, they let him roam around and fucking charge at red flags and shit. Whatever bulls do, and then just keep them alive. And all the other male bulls, the second they get full grown, they just become steaks.
Yeah, pork chops.
Yeah,
Well, not pork chops.
They become
but
pork
you know
chop.
what I mean. T-bones,
Yeah.
sirloins.
And it's like the same thing with horses. It's like a stud horse. That's the best fucking thing ever. It's like literally you become a racing horse.
Yeah.
And then for the rest of your life after your career's over, people just jerk you off, and you like fuck like real horses, and sometimes you just fuck like a fleshlight of a horse, like a horse fleshlight. They don't know the fucking difference.
They don't know the difference.
Maybe they do.
Hey, there's still nothing.
Exactly, dude.
Liquid gold.
Liquid gold. But yeah, I guess in conversations that I've had in the past about if you had to be any animal, what would it be? I used to say something like a tiger, but tigers are endangered, and like I feel like they have a lonely existence. Like they don't travel in groups and shit. They just stay alone. It's like a male, but their territory is like 100 square miles. It's ridiculous. Like they like travel the size of Baltimore. That's like one tiger per major city.
In one day?
No, that's just their territory.
Okay.
Like if another male tiger, like let's say you're over in like Towson, and then like another male like steps into Catonsville, you're like, dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Damn.
Inside the Beltway, that's me, bitch. Inside the Beltway is me. Take your ass to fucking Arbutus. Get the fuck out of here.
Take your ass to fucking Glen Burnie.
Yeah, dude. But now that I'm thinking about it, I wouldn't be a tiger, maybe an eagle, but probably
Maybe a lion.
probably
or a bear.
a male horse.
Oh my.
A male horse. That's what I would be. A good
male horse.
A good male horse, dude.
Okay.
That's a fucking life that I
I
want to
feel
live.
like you would, in your first race, like break your leg
On purpose.
and be put out to pasture.
I'd break it on purpose. I'd become a champion.
Okay, become a champion, then break your leg. That's fine.
But like on one of my front legs so I can still fuck.
Okay.
Because as long as you can still fuck, you're still good as a stud horse.
Okay.
That's what I would be. A stud horse.
A stud horse.
I hope. Unless
I pray to God.
I pray to God I would be a stud, dude.
And not just the model. They did like the peak of your horse existence was they modeled the horse fleshlight after your body. Yeah, he actually broke both his legs, so it made it easier for us to get him in the mold.
He couldn't kick us in the face as we poured rubber around his dick. Yeah. I'll have to reconsider all these things. But for right now, in the current running, and I change this every week, but right now it's the male horse.
What was it last week?
An eagle,
Okay, and then before that, a tiger.
a tiger, and then before that it was like a chimp. And I was like, why would I pick something so similar to me? It's like I just
Yeah.
want to be me but uglier and dumber. You know, like a chimp is like just basically almost a human. Like if you look at their hands, they're just a fucking human being.
Yeah.
So it'd literally just be me. But like in that sense, I would be smart enough to know I just became a chimp. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And in that, I would not like that. I wouldn't like that. Like I'd want to become an animal that's dumb enough to not remember being a human.
Oh wait, so wait, in this scenario, you like Wild Thornberry's movie turn into an animal.
Yes.
But remember being a human.
Yeah,
it's
but
not just like you die and then become that animal, like reincarnation.
Well, you got to have some memory or else what's the point? You know?
Guess. I don't know.
And that, you know.
Wait, what was the hypothetical again?
I'm kind of making it up as I go, but I have the brain of an eagle right now, just soaring across this question.
Look, I've transitioned over to my new animal, but some of the other old bird brains left over.
Yeah.
Still got these chimp hands,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I actually used to be an eagle, and they said, "What do you want to be?" I said, "Let me be a human, but let me keep my eagle brain."
That would explain the ticks.
And, yeah, that would explain the ticks, and that would also explain why I have such a deep hatred for that rodent outside that does nothing to me. It's like I don't know what it is about that rodent, but I don't like him. I don't like him.
Yeah. You always perch on the corner of the garage, stare at it.
I think that's why I have such a deep connection with birds. I told you about how like the hawk sits on the fence and he looks at me, but like when I look at a bird. Not as much the hawk. The hawk, I could tell he was a little bit stupid of a hawk. Not stupid, but like he wasn't like as smart as me. You know, like when I looked at the hawk, I was like, all right, buddy, you got a long way to go before you're fucking. But I saw a raven on the side.
Fucking.
Yeah, before you're fucking, bro. You know, that hawk pussy, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Talk to me if you want to learn some game.
Game, dude. Game. Wild game. But I saw a raven on the side of the road a long time ago, and that thing, I could tell, I knew it was a raven when I looked at it, not because I looked at his body, but because he looked at me in the eyes. And you know how like when you make eye contact with a person and it's like awkward, like if you're at a red light and you look over and somebody's looking at you and you're like, oh, and you look back to the thing. I did that with a bird. Like I looked over and the raven was looking at me like this and I was like, oh. And that's
you got embarrassed?
I got embarrassed. That's how I knew.
I
like,
got embarrassed because the raven was looking.
Yeah. He was looking.
I instantly knew because I was embarrassed that it was a raven. My favorite team. Their mascot.
Dude. Yeah, and then he flew over and told me about the new chicken deal at Rofo. I was like, this is a smart fucking bird, dude.
They are the smartest bird, I think.
They are. But yeah, if I had to become an animal and had to keep my mind, I would have to pick an animal that wouldn't be smart enough to remember how dope being a human is. Because I don't think any animal would enjoy being what it is if it knew how dope being a human was. But also that could be the reverse. Maybe we wouldn't enjoy being humans as much if we knew how dope being like a squirrel was. You know?
Yeah. I'd say being a dog would be dope, but also like in that scenario, are all humans gone? Or just you turn into that animal? Because I would want to be a dog that like lived in a dope house.
Yeah, but then wouldn't you just be jealous of your owners the whole time? Be like, damn, I wish I was just a human that lived in a dope house.
Guess maybe.
You know, like you don't have to become a dog to live in a dope house. You just have to become a better human.
True.
But we might have a better chance of becoming dogs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not even thinking that big.
Think it's small, baby.
Thinking small. I'm thinking maybe like a Jack Russell.
Yeah. I definitely would not want to be a Jack Russell, dude. Not a Jack Russell.
Yeah, too small.
Be like a German Shepherd.
German Shepherd be cool.
Greek Shepherd.
Maybe like one of those like Australian sheepdogs.
Yeah, those are cool.
Those are kind of cool.
They're Australian. That's cool.
Yeah. Adds a little character.
Adds a little character. little touch of flair.
Exactly.
Yeah. No dogs. Not a cat.
A cat would suck.
But the problem is, yeah, a cow would suck. But the problem is that being an animal from a human perspective would suck because you're aware of life and death. You know, like I was watching some video. I was watching some show on YouTube, and they talked about a polar bear ripping apart a seal. And then I was like, dude, why am I watching this when I could be watching a polar bear ripping apart a seal? So I immediately YouTubed polar bear eating seal. And I stumbled across a quite gruesome video. Polar bears are fucking, first of all, they're the biggest bear. They are the biggest bear.
Huge.
Their skin is actually black underneath their white fur, which is interesting. And also, fun fact about animal skin, tigers' skin is striped as well, not just their fur.
Whoa.
Tigers have striped skin. So.
What about zebras?
I don't know. But zebras have stripes because it makes them harder to identify. So they actually did a study, and keep in mind what I was talking about before, because there's no way I'm remember this after going on this tangent.
What were you talking about?
I don't know. I was hoping you still remembered. Oh, life and death with animals.
Yes.
Remember that. Anyway.
About the seal and the polar bear.
So yeah, seal and polar bear. Now zebras, they did a study where they took one zebra and they like put like a purple mark on it, like a purple spot on its haunches or something like that, a wild zebra, and they just let it do its fucking thing. And what they found was that zebra was always eaten all the time. The lion pack always got that zebra. And the reason is because when you gave it a distinguishing mark, when you gave it something to be distinguished by, it made it easy for the group hunting to identify and coordinate towards that one zebra. Because normally what they do is they just chase the whole fucking thing. They have one in mind, but like sometimes that one winds up being faster than you thought it was.
That's so weird to think. Like they're like talking to each other, or like signaling. Like let's get that one.
Yeah, like we were talking about last week about like they don't have like language, but they're just kind of sitting there like human beings would have been back in the day, just kind of looking at each other like, you see that one with the fucking purple, right? Like I'm pretty sure we're all colorblind, but like look at that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. But so zebras all have the stripes because they all kind of just blend together, and so that's what is kind of their evolutionary benefit. Anyway, back to the polar bear and the seal. When the seal
polar
was
bear.
polar bear, the polar bear and the seal. It sounds like a fucking Aesop's fable. He was eating this seal alive, dude, and just like ripping off its fucking blubber and shit.
Ooh.
And the seal is just like flapping around, trying to bite him and shit. I'm thinking like, are animals aware of life and death, or do they just know this fucking hurts? Like they don't have a concept of like this is gonna end with me no longer existing. Like kind of like when animals mate, do they know they're fucking to produce offspring, or do they just have an instinctive drive to fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I think elephants have a concept of death because they have like those elephant graveyards where like they'll like make the trek and like every year visit like where a bunch of like elephants have died.
That is true. So there must be, and I guess there's really no way to, I guess, measure which animals do and don't have concepts of life and death. But they did do like studies with animals to measure if they have a concept of self, where they put like a mirror in the woods, and most animals, I think the only animal that showed any concept of recognizing itself in the mirror and seeing and knowing that it was itself was like a chimpanzee. Even ravens don't fucking know what they look like.
Nah, dude. I saw a video like that and a raven did.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
You gotta respect
trust
the
you.
raven.
Because ravens understand people's faces. Crows do too. They had a big.
Wait, it might have been a crow.
Well, crows and ravens, they're like very
kinda
similar.
same,
I think
yeah.
ravens are smarter than crows. So if a crow can do it, a raven can do it.
Okay.
Anything a crow can do, a raven can do, dude.
Anything crow can do, raven can do better.
Yeah. Besides become a football team, dude. But they can become multiple bands.
Yeah, the Catonsville Crows. That was
Catonsville
the
Crows.
unofficial NFL team.
Yeah, they were like, guys, you sure we shouldn't like dip into the Baltimore Ravens? Maybe
We have a
the
really
Catonsville-
good name.
they used my create a team on Madden 2003, the Towson Spiders.
1,000 spiders. No alliteration at all.
Literally nothing, dude. No birds, nothing. Insect City, baby. Not even an insect.
1,000 spiders. Damn, you went off the reservation. You went like full, not even an animal. You went insect. That's crazy.
It's
Or
an
arachnid.
bro.
Yeah.
It's an arachnid.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
Fuck me, dude.
yeah, I was actually I thought about them
Because the only
today.
team that hasn't really done like either like a person or like an animal would be the Raptors, the dinosaurs. Oh no, I fucked up. The Hornets. That's a
Hornets. The Hornets.
That's a bug.
That is the only.
That's the only bug, but there's no arachnids.
Let's see. Yeah, there's no arachnids. There are the Richmond spiders, but that's a college. Colleges have a lot of ones.
The Richmond spiders. What's the college?
Fucking gross, dude. Fucking gross.
Cobwebs everywhere.
Yeah, dude. It's like, what? No, we got school spirit. Our whole school is an attic. That's fun.
That's fun.
That's fun. No, I was thinking about the Towson Spiders today because I made their uniform to kind of look like Spider-Man. So they had like the red jerseys with like the white numbers and blue outline and blue pants with stripes.
Ooh.
And I was in the gym today and I like noticed my outfit, which was the Subway shirt that I have, the $5 footlong that I made into a sick cutoff. It's like the best cutoff ever made. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then my Ridgely gym shorts, so it was red and blue. And I was like, what do I look? And I was like, oh my God, I look like I played for the Towson Spiders. I wonder if anyone else knows. I'm a professional football player.
I wonder if anyone else gets the reference of my create a team in Madden.
2003. Do they know?
Do they know? It went viral.
I played fantasy football before any of you motherfuckers, dude.
For
Fantasy
real.
Towson Spiders, dude. But I never created myself. I was created
Humble.
I was
Very
humble. I was humble.
Well, you're pretending to be the coach.
I was more like the GM
Yeah.
because I made all the office decisions, the upstairs decisions. I decided who to trade. I decided who else to create on my team.
Exactly.
I created players with all like stupid names, like pun names. Like the running back was named Jay Walker,
Hell yeah.
and then he had his brother Joe Walker, his quarterback, and I had a Middle Eastern wide receiver named Schooled You.
Ooh.
Yep. And then a kicker.
I was hoping they'd all be in the Walker family.
The whole
entire squad.
The whole squad.
Yeah. It's just a family reunion.
Yeah, dude. Spiders are another one that are super smart. But crows, they did a thing with like on a college campus, there was a flock of crows. And they had the same students walk by every day. And the crows were chill about it. They were like, okay, I know these kids. I know their schedule. They knew the schedule. Like if they saw. And then they said, okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to have people, those same kids walk by, but wearing like masks of other people.
Huh.
And when they walk by with the masks with other people, same time of day, the crows fucking flipped.
Weird.
And they were like, all right, let's take this a step further. So then they went back to having the kids just walk by normal. And the crows were like, okay, we're back to normal. This is good. But then they just took other people, not even just the same people with masks, just other people walking by. Crows flipped again. They started
Damn.
fucking. Bah, 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 bah.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Crows know.
Crows now.
Crows know. But the mirror test is a big thing. Most animals, when they see themselves in a mirror, they don't understand that they are them. You know,
Yeah.
they just kind of exist,
For sure.
you know? So that's something. Something to stew on.
That's everything.
That's everything, dude. It's everything. So
Hell yeah. Yeah, I love animal tidbits.
I did a lot of watching of animals this week, dude. I find them to be particularly interesting because I think you can learn a lot about yourself when you watch animals.
For sure.
You know, but the whole reason I brought that up is because if you're an animal, there's always a threat of getting like fucking eaten or something. You know, but as a human, that's not really a threat. Like getting eaten is
unless like you put yourself into that situation.
Yeah, you kind of have to do something to get eaten as a human.
You gotta like we've claimed so much land
Mm-hmm.
for the humans.
Yeah.
You literally have to like go into the den
Mm-hmm.
of the animal. You
Yeah.
literally have to like put yourself in the situation of being within like 3 feet of their mouth to
Yeah.
be eaten.
Like animals aren't allowed anywhere, dude. They're not allowed
No,
here.
not allowed.
They're not allowed.
Not allowed
I saw a
here.
fucking bear in this drive. Dude, get the fuck out of
Call
here,
the
dude.
wildlife police.
Don't call the cop.
Get that bear arrested.
Even if it was a public street. Even if it was a public street. The bear's like, dude, this is not private property.
I'm walking here.
I pay taxes. I'm a bear.
I'm just looking for some food.
Bears.
Honey.
Honey.
I just want some honey.
I was looking for honey last night, dude. I ran out of honey for my Greek yogurt, and I was like, now I know what a bear feels like, dude. Because I like ran out, so then I knew it was going to be a bad idea when I did it. But I just, all my dishes were dirty, so I didn't have like a spoon to do this. besides the one that I was already using to eat my yogurt. So I was like, and so I tried the spoon and it wouldn't fit in the honey jar. So I was like, fuck it, dude. So I just took my finger and like basically just like finger blasted the honey, trying to get the honey to come out. I was like, fucking like 3 drips of honey came out, and then my hand was just covered in honey. And so I started licking it off, and I was like, wow,
like a fucking bear.
I am a literal bear right now, dude. Like a bear would be watching me and be like, what are you doing? You're not even doing it right, dude. You're a terrible bear.
Dude, you're fucking this all up.
You suck, dude.
You're blowing your audition for the next Charmin commercial.
The bear is sitting on the couch like, get the fuck out of my apartment, bro. You're no bear of mine. Sorry, dude. Shout out Chicago Bears.
Shout out.
Chicago Cubs.
To be specific.
To be specific. To be even more specific. Oh, man. Other than that, YouTube videos we watched this week. The Brocky video. How'd you like that one, dude?
Yeah, dude. That was a blast from the past.
That threw my mind. Hearing his voice was definitely interesting, you know? Like, there's a lot of people that are kind of like burned into my memory that like, but I haven't heard their voice in so long. But when I heard him talking, especially the fact that it was about something so like just like Brocky-esque.
It was like he was teaching still.
Yeah.
It was like a kind of like he created a trick or treat like mechanism.
Is that what that was? That's what I
was
thinking. It was for a school thing. I was like, there's no way he's just doing this for
a little like turn switch, and it would like push out candy through a tube.
Yeah, it wasn't very, very effective. Like it seemed like it wasn't working that well.
Yeah, I think that was like his like I'm in the process of making it video. Maybe it's for next Halloween.
It's gotta be for next Halloween, because the first thing I thought. I looked at the upload date and it was like February 12th, and I was like, Rocky, you are a little late to the game for the Halloween themed videos. So I was like, there's no way you're trying to be like a YouTube creator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I noticed that his videos still manage to have more views than our videos. And we are trying to be YouTube creators. So I was like, okay, Rocky, you got me again. But it was just cool to see him. It's cool to hear him. I didn't really see him. But I did want to just comment and be like, dude, like, go with the third rendition. Like, the cogwheel thing is clearly not working, dude. If I were a kid and I had to do that, I'd be like, this, no.
Or I would just blast it all
blast it out. Yeah,
I'd just get all the candy.
Yeah.
I would abuse the system.
He brought back a lot. I was thinking about just how different times were, because we used to call him the Fuhrer because he was our wrestling coach, and he would always be like real, like, he was like the strict coach that wasn't strict, you know what I mean? Like, he would try to be strict, but since he was like basically our age, like he was like, to us, he was kind of more like an older brother than like a coach, because he was like 25 and we were 17, even though 25 seemed like it was a grown man, but it was still like, you're a grown man, but I'm still gonna fuck with you a little bit, dude. Yeah. Obviously.
He did like yeah, I don't know how to describe it without making it. I don't want this to like sound bad, but I feel like he just hadn't grown into himself yet.
Yeah.
And he hadn't like thought of himself as an adult yet. So and kids saw through that.
Yeah, of course not. And if I were a teacher at Towson High School at 26, they would have saw through me too. And I would have not been very good at pushing back on that, because I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing either, dude. You think you don't know what you're doing? I definitely don't know what I'm doing. First of all, why am I a chemistry teacher? First, how did that happen?
First off, how did I get here? Who am I?
Yeah. Let's go back. If I could become any animal, it would be a human chemistry teacher. But I would have to still be me. I'd have to remember that I didn't do anything in my life that would deserve me of becoming a chemistry teacher. I didn't graduate college. I didn't even do very well in chemistry. And now I got to teach kids about stoichiometry, which I think my only thought about that is it's a funny word. I don't even know.
Very funny word.
It's just like, you know.
It sounds so made up.
It does.
Stoichiometry.
Stoichiometry. It's like, dude, that's not what this should be called. It was literally just addition, wasn't it? Literally just like, it was like, this one has 4 electrons. This one has 6. So what does it become? And you're like, I don't know, 10. And you're like, wrong. Sodium chloride. Like, what?
Like, what? Usually we go from the letters to the numbers. This is too confusing.
Yeah, exactly. Stoichiometry, dude. Chemistry was definitely not my strong suit. Not my strong suit. Also, I didn't have Brocky for chemistry.
Yeah, I had fuck, who did I have? He also became a wrestling coach at some point.
For chemistry or for
Miss Beckman taught him piano.
Really?
I think so.
Mr. Biddison?
Mr. Biddison.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I was like his first, because he like came while we were there. Like he wasn't always there, right?
Yeah, he was. I think he came the same year as Brocky.
Yeah, I think I had him his first year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good teacher.
He was a good guy. I think he still might be there. Last time I saw him, I went into a wrestling practice. It was like the last time I went in to visit, which was like 5 years ago. And I gave a speech, and I think they just didn't want me to ever give a speech again after. Because I literally just went, I was like, guys, what you're going to realize is none of this matters. None of this matters. You think you're going to be a state champion? You're not. None of you are going to be successful. So just take
a quarter life crisis in the middle of a high school wrestling meet.
You think you have dreams? I had dreams. Now I live across the street in an apartment with my failing relationship girlfriend, and nothing is going the way I wanted it to. I thought I was going to college for wrestle. Turns out I didn't even go to college for anything. So just take what you can, get in good shape, and figure it the fuck out. Because I tell you what, it ain't going to be on the mat, buddy. It ain't going to be here.
It's going to be in the middle of Bosley Ave. You're going to be running after a drunk college kid who ran out on a 2-beer tab. And this is going to come in real handy.
And Mr. Biddison was just like, oh, okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Selesky.
Right, Mr.
Everyone give Jimmy a round of applause.
All the kids just sitting there sleep. Half the kids quit after.
Yeah, the reason I actually didn't go back is because the wrestling team, they all
Disbanded.
quit.
Yeah.
So there's not one anymore.
I personally disbanded the Towson High School wrestling team with my words of inspiration.
Oh, shit.
Did you happen to catch this? Chris D'Elia finally came out and said something. Did you watch that video?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God. I literally, first of all, I was watching it with my brother in the room, and
I'm just so sorry. I just got caught up in all the pussy I was getting, and I just thought that as a famous person, I deserved pussy. So I would text like 500 girls a day to get pussy, and I did get all that pussy. And I'm just so sorry.
It was probably the world's best humble brag ever. I was like,
It was
okay,
insane.
Respect.
It was crazy. It was delusional.
Yes. So when it first came on, I remember I just went back to the YouTube homepage, and the first thing, because I did used to watch when he was doing the pod, I would watch like clips every now and then. Like, I kind of enjoyed his podcast. Like some of his segments were funny.
The funny thing that happened to me on my end is I watched the video, and then like the next time I went on YouTube on the homepage, it was like, how did you like this video? And it was the Chris D'Elia apology video, and it wanted me to give like a star rating for it. Like, oh yeah, 5 stars. It was great.
Went up to 17 stars for some reason. But only 17 stars. Definitely not 18. And like I popped up and I was like, oh, no way. And it was like my brother, him, and his girlfriend in there. And like I knew his girlfriend didn't give a shit. And I knew that they were like trying to hang out. And I knew that I intruded on their hanging out. But I was like, no, I need to watch this. And so I like went from what I was doing in the middle of them like watching this video. I was like, no.
Sat in the middle of them on the couch.
literally. I sat right next to him and I popped it on and we were watching. And then my brother and I made a bet on whether or not he was going to cry. And I won because I said he wasn't going to cry, because my theory was that if it was live, maybe, but I don't think any sane human being would release a pre-recorded video of them crying. That's like almost like the leave Britney alone type of thing. Which, by the way, that was the first Free Britney guy ever.
For sure.
That guy started the Free Britney movement. He gets no credit.
No credit at all.
No credit. What was his name? Chris something?
Fuck. Yes, it was Chris something.
Chris something. Some people need to shout that guy out.
He needs respect.
Not just us. We can't be the only guys.
The Britney thing was good though. I watched it.
Oh, the Britney documentary. I have
Yeah.
not caught that.
It was good.
I gotta check that out.
You know, like kind of like, you know, we lived through that era, but
Yeah.
we were kids. So
Is it on
like,
Netflix?
it was on Hulu.
Okay, dope. Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about it. But the thing that I thought was like you said the Chris thing was delusional.
Yeah.
And I agree because
Yeah.
it's like, first of all, dude, first of all, we said this before when last year, literally like a year ago when we talked about this the first time. And we kind of just outlined all the situation as far as everyone knew. And I think we took a very reasoned stance.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he just didn't say anything for literally a year, which is an old school form of publicity. Because back in the day, it was just newspapers spreading news, right? And so if people didn't say anything, then newspapers would just drop it and go to the next thing.
Yeah,
and so
they
you
have nothing to use.
Yeah. And so publicists would always just tell you, like, look, if you get in some type of scandal or controversy, just lay low, stay in your room for like 3 months. It'll blow over. People will forget. And then you can kind of like just kind of peep your head back onto the scene. And by then there'll be more stuff to talk about. But that doesn't really work in this day and age, you know? Like people are still tweeting about it online. And like the second you pop in, everybody knows you're back. And it's like you make a video and it's like, dude, the fact that you didn't say anything after a year, and the fact that after a year you go on and you say, you basically apologize not for what anybody was mad at you about. You apologize like nobody was mad you were fucking a lot of chicks. Like, can you imagine Drake or Future or Motley
he just came
Crue?
out and was like, yeah, I'm a sex addict
It's
and
like-
I'm sorry.
It's like, dude, everyone knows famous people fuck chicks. Like, I cannot imagine any other celebrity, any rapper, any rock star going and be like, geez, you know, every time I went into a new city, I was just always fucking girls. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what probably most celebrities do. I would imagine if you pull up into a city and there's 50 DMs, and myself personally, if I wasn't like in a relationship, probably would look through those DMs and be like, okay, here's the ones I'll reply to. Like, that's what any normal guy, not normal, but I think there's a lot of guys that would do that. And provenly, a lot of guys have done that. Dude, nobody was mad at you about that. We didn't ask you to apologize for getting pussy.
Yeah.
It's not what we were mad about.
Yeah.
It's not anybody was mad.
No one was mad about that, dude.
Like, after a year, that's what he came up with. He was like, well, maybe I'll just apologize for fucking
Maybe
too
we'll
much.
just forget about the other shit.
But overall, I mean, look, it did seem like you know, if he comes out with more podcast episodes, which, you know, and there's a funny clip I'll watch. I really don't fucking care. If nothing illegal happened about. It's just like the same thing with the Louis thing. It's like, it's weird. It's weird. Like the weirdest thing was
I
like,
feel like it's a little, well, I don't know. Like it's been a while since like I've looked at any of the allegations and shit, but like, wasn't it, he was like sending dick pics to like underage girls, wasn't it?
I don't think he was sending dick pics to them. He was definitely just like, look, a lot of it, for anybody who's unaware of the situation, a lot of it was like, you know, it first came out with a tweet. Some girl released a tweet. I think it was a screenshot of either their text conversation or a Snapchat conversation, which Chris D'Elia was not aware that they save Snapchats, apparently. That like he was talking to her and then she released it kind of being like, I was under 18 at the time this conversation took place. And my first thought, admittedly, was, well, did he know that? That's an important detail to list.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm a dude who goes to a city and is playing shows and I have 50 girls hitting me up to hang out after the show, and I see an attractive girl and an attractive girl walks up to me after the show and wants to hang out with me, and I'm talking to you and I get your number or whatever, and then I find out after the fact that like either you didn't say you were 18, or I guess you would have to ask. I don't know. But as far as I know, they never actually wound up hooking up or anything like that. The weirdest thing was I think somebody else came out and said like, yeah, I met him when I was 17. He knew I was 17 when I met him. And so he literally just kind of ghosted me. And then a year later when I turned 18, he's hit me up. That was like, okay. That was like, what?
Oh my god.
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? So like that's kind of where it's like really crosses into dangerous territory. But like at worst, like none of this, you know, he swore up and down that all of his relationships were legal and consensual. And honestly, I am inclined to believe that. I'm inclined to think that if he was aware that a girl was underage, he wouldn't have gone through with it. Mainly because any sane person would have to be aware that in the position they are in society, like how known they are, that's going to get out. And why, even if you really wanted to, it's like, dude, you could fuck 50 girls any city and you're going to pick the fucking 7. Why?
Yeah.
Go find a hot 25-year-old. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
That's the weirdest
can't be that hard.
Because it's like, dude, you're bragging that you're getting 50 DMs each time you land in a city. Just fucking go with the age appropriate one.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
like 40 years old.
You have something that most guys don't have, which is options. Options, dude. I can't imagine having all the options you have and still making that mistake. I can understand if a lesser known comedian made it. It's like, look, only 2 chicks hit me up. One was 18. One was a really ugly 35-year-old. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, bend the rules a little. You know? But you have options, dude. That's what really pissed me off, you know? But at the end of the day, if it turns out that it's just another one of these scenarios where it's just weird. It's just weird. There's a very fine line between weird and illegal, you know? It's
Yeah.
just weird. And so, like, he's going to have to bear that cross and try to somehow release. How do you release your first episode? That's the difference between what Louis did and what he did.
Yeah. Wasn't his podcast called like Celebration before?
Congratulations.
Too? Or Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that still going to be the title? Congratulations.
This is going to change it to be sorry to hear about your luck.
outed as a creep.
See, that's the like or dislike Louis C.K. But when he came out of nowhere, after no one had heard from him for so long, he left the country. He met a woman in France or whatever the hell he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came back on his special, he addressed it, but he addressed it in the way a comedian would address it. He worked it into his act. And a lot of people, like we talked about that with Ben Smith when he was on the podcast, and Ben was saying like, well, you know, just the fact that he talked about it kind of like whatever. And I was like, well, people would have been just as mad if he just brushed over it and never acted like it happened. Like if he just came back and just decided not to talk about it at all, people would have been mad about that. So it's like he found a way to address it, but not address it in a way where it made it like weird. You know what I'm saying? Like he addressed it in like his way, a funny way. And so at that point, as a fan or a watcher, a viewer, you got to decide, okay, do I accept his, like what he says about this story? And am I willing to move on and continue supporting him? Or do I not? But he gave people that option.
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia comes out after a year and gives an 8-minute long, very serious, awkward, like cringy type of apology that didn't even really address the things that people were even mad about.
Yeah.
And then what does he do? Did he just make an episode next week? Like nothing happened?
And still just be like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Does his,
What?
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden your drunk girl voice, dude.
Yeah, why does you sound so young?
It hits differently. It's different. Your drunk girl voice hits different. Yeah. But I was hoping you watched that because I was actually gonna text you today and be like, "Yo, in case you haven't watched this," because I definitely wanted
That shit was so fucking wild.
That was something.
It was like 10 minutes too.
Yeah, it was.
It was crazy.
It was a little long, and a little too many pauses. Pause. I will say he definitely did better towards the end.
he got out of the hole.
Yeah.
He really picked up towards the end.
By the end of it, I was like,
his
okay.
finisher, his closing joke really fucking knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. And I say this as a person who, you know, I think we were both on the same page. Like, neither one of us were ever big D'Elia heads.
Yeah.
But, like, I enjoyed him as a comic from time to time. And like I said before, I don't personally care all that much either way unless some, like, very hard-hitting, like, verifiable shit comes out that he was lying about his recount of the whole situation.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that, like, in terms of the public view, maybe the weird cringy apology isn't the best way to go. I think that's been proven. I think publicists need to update their game a little bit.
Yeah,
And how
for
they
sure.
like, you need to understand that, dude,
Also, he might not even have a publicist anymore. All of his agents and everyone dropped him.
That's true. He might not. Because if I was his publicist, I would have said, dude, you gotta double down. Like, you gotta fucking Justin Bieber it. You gotta fucking go out, like you said, about how Justin Bieber handled his situation, about like putting up his own transcripts with the conversation. This is what happened. This is how I met you. This is the talks we had. We never hooked up. Ba 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 ba. That's how you gotta do it, dude. You gotta ratio your accuser. Is
For
really
sure.
or else you lose. That's the rules of the internet. I don't make them.
Well, if you don't do that, it's like you're kind of guilty.
You're guilty.
Because also, like, I feel like at a certain point, when you're famous enough and you're making enough money, you have an alibi for everything because your life is so scheduled and like regimented, if that's even that word.
I think regimented is the word.
Perfect.
It's the perfect word.
But yeah, it's like that's why Justin was like, "Yo, here's the receipt. We weren't even at that hotel. This is my Airbnb we were at.
Yeah.
Here's actually me on security footage we got from the place that I was doing an appearance at. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Here's the timestamp. I could not have raped you, or like whatever the shit was.
Could not have raped you.
But yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Can you imagine
a 10-minute like melodramatic like I fuck a lot speech? No one was talking about
it.
That.
Literally did sound like a rap lyric. Like he was like, "I roll into a city, I got 50 DMs in my inbox." I was like, "Damn, son, that's hard. That's hard."
It's hard.
Just imagining fucking Tommy Lee from Motley Crue be like, "I can't believe how many chicks I fucked in the 80s. Oh my god." Oh no, dude. Sorry about your luck. Yeah, but yeah, when you're a celebrity, your life is submerged. Like if I was accused of something, what would I have? As you can see,
studio.
I was at Dunkin'.
Do you have any, way to prove that? Well, I do have a save file, but I think I forgot to save, so there's not a timestamp for today on it. But,
also, my computer automatically turns off a lot and autosaves, so it could have been me not there. I have this receipt from the Exxon that says I bought a pack of cigarettes at this time, but that was yesterday. There's no way I could have smoked that many cigarettes, Your Honor, by the time I had sexual relations with that woman. She wouldn't have fucked me. She wouldn't have fucked me if I had smoked 15 cigarettes that day, Your Honor.
Would you? Chris D'Elia? She wouldn't have fucked me.
She wouldn't have fucked me. In a studio with no bathroom. I doubt it. Case closed. Yeah, dude.
Jeez.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
That shit was so wild. Fuck. On lighter notes, though. I think we talked about it last week, but me and Liz did a sketch video that premiered at the makeup party last Sunday for the DC Improv. They did like a live like Zoom like sketch stand-up improv show. And our video, The Guest, which will be premiering today because today is Friday when this podcast is out.
Nice.
At 3 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, I think. But definitely Facebook on the Good and Nice Productions page.
And or the letter N?
Good and Nice.
And Nice.
Yeah,
cool.
Productions.
Cool.
Because it is good, but also nice.
It's nice. How long is the sketch?
It's 5 minutes. It was a 5-minute maximum for the sketch. Actually, it's 5:08. 5:08. They didn't notice. They weren't timing. And luckily they weren't because we won. It was a tie for first, but we were one in sketches. We were number one.
Oh,
so we got $50.
It was so the sketch. Did you guys do live, or was it like a film? You filmed it and then
we shot it, filmed it, and then in 2 days, we filmed it on a Thursday and we edited it.
What was the premise?
Friday,
if you don't mind my asking.
So, for the show, the theme of the show was fights. So the sketch was, a house guest shows up to stay at your place a couple weeks before the pandemic starts. And then they just get stuck there.
Oh, that's good.
And they're just a bad house guest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was there any other characters other than you and Liz?
No, I just shot and edited it. It was just Liz and her sister.
Oh, cool. Who played the bad house guest?
So Liz's sister was the guest, and Liz was the host.
Good. Nice, dude. And
Yeah,
that was
so
at the
keep an
DC
eye out for
Improv.
that. Yeah, it was on like one of their like web shows.
So you
last
beat out all those
Sunday.
DC boys, dude. You repped for the
We
hood.
repped for Maryland.
Baltimore,
dude.
son. Let's
Baltimore.
go.
Baltimore in first place.
Hell yeah.
So go check that out today.
Today, because as you know, we record this podcast every Friday at 6 in the morning.
And it's live, baby.
It's live.
We're live.
Can you believe it?
We go live to MP3.
Yeah. Boy, am I tired. Boy, do I hate waking up so early for these podcasts and drinking Miller Lights in the dark because the sun hasn't risen yet.
Yeah, that's why it's dark out. The sun's not out yet, dummies. It's that early.
That's awesome, dude. That's fucking awesome. Making waves, baby. Did you guys have like a sketch comedy name, or was it just
Like a team name?
Yeah.
Not really, but the Good and Nice Productions has been like an inside joke for a while. So then we're like, let's just make that the Facebook page.
Cool. Oh yeah. Dope.
Yeah, so check that out, fellas.
Well, hey, dude. In the words of
And
Crystalia,
ladies.
congratulations. Congratulations on your victory.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Shit. What? Oh, here's something.
So much other shit happened this week, but I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Yeah. I had an article pulled up that I actually kind of hinted at it in last week's polls.
Ooh.
The live from the studio polls. Guys, if you oh yeah, here we go. Great. If you don't follow LFTS podcast on Instagram, you should. You should, because we do weekly polls and they're real fun.
It's going crazy.
It's going crazy.
Instagram is going nuts.
Yeah, Instagram's loving it. We're putting out clips, our finest clips. We had one hater on our clip today, dude. Did you see that hater?
No.
I don't know who the hater was.
Who's hating?
Some
Were
dude.
they just joking?
Well, I made the caption dating children before adopting them. And then on TikTok I just made like the cover say dating children.
Oh, was it on TikTok, the hater?
No, it was on Instagram. You can look in the
Really?
comments. One of the guys, which technically I could report it, but I don't want to because I thought it was kind of funny.
papers. Skip the popcorn. This is true, though. This is actually an interesting concept. My adoption agency has a strict no return policy. Ghost 'em, adopt me, Jimmy, platonically, and then crying emoji. Did you delete it?
I did not delete it.
It's not here anymore.
Oh, he must have deleted it because we didn't come at him.
Oh.
Or somebody might have reported it.
Ooh.
Which,
Our
by the way,
fans got him, dude.
yeah, thank you, LFTS fans, for reporting it, but I didn't
We're
personally
reporting
care.
the haters.
The haters. But I kind of like having a hater. I was next time you're thinking about reporting somebody.
Dude, a hater means we got 300 more fans.
Yeah, exactly. And next time you're thinking about reporting somebody for a negative comment on our post, just fucking go in on them instead. That's the original reporting. It's just
Dating children, and then it's over my face. Thanks.
I just like the face you were making because your face looked skeptical. Like you were like, should I date you? Like, really?
What?
Really?
Is this crazy enough to work?
Just crazy enough to work. But the comment was, he said, why would you use that terminology, retards? And I was like thinking in my mind, I was like,
Damn,
because
dude.
that's literally,
Why are you using retard?
yeah, first of all,
Dumbass.
idiot. But it's like, first of all, dude, do you understand? That's the whole reason that video is funny.
Yeah.
If I
Dude,
said,
know what I bet happened? I bet his boss is a fan of our podcast.
and
he
a
saw
retard.
his damn employees saying retard on on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're fired, dude.
You're fired, dude. You're
Give me the
fired.
keys to your company Instagram.
Yeah. We here at Company X support dating children, and you violated that policy. We
For
support
parental reasons.
for parental reasons, and we also support LFTS podcast
Exactly.
for platonic reasons as well, for sexual reasons. We here at Company X love LFTS podcast.
Actually,
Love from the studio. That'd be cool.
that'd be sick.
Yeah, dude. But he was one of our first haters. I like haters, dude. We've had one hater a week recently. We had another hater.
Shout out to all our fucking haters.
Yeah, dude. We had this one guy in our DMs last week, who when I said that if you voted, when I said who's smarter between cats and dogs, and then dogs won, thank fucking Christ. And I posted the results and I said, if you voted for cats, you're dumber than both cats and dogs. And then a wild hater appeared. A wild
Damn, fucking bird brain.
Yeah, fucking cat brain, dude. So he's like, actually, look it up. Cats are smarter than dogs. Read about it. Looks like you're the one who's brain dead. To which I replied, are you a fucking cat, bro?
I fucking got him.
Got him.
Got him. And then he deleted his post.
Yeah, and then I did the best thing ever, which is I liked his message to us and then followed him.
There you go.
And I don't know if he followed us back. He certainly never replied. But
lemons into lemonade, baby.
exactly, dude. You gotta love that shit, dude. You gotta
Easy.
love the haters, dude. That's why I'm
Easy
kind of
money.
disappointed that this guy deleted his comment. It's like, leave it up, dude.
Give it up.
Because you know somebody's gonna get your ass, son. You know we got riders. You know we got shooters out there, dude. Look, it's not very often we get that many comments on a video, but damn sure know that if we do,
Yeah,
they're
there's
coming
gonna be
for
some
you.
pistol play.
Yeah. I'm surprised at the reaction. I looked at the results for that, and you can look at, like, on the final slide, I always put our handle so people can click to it. We had like 50 click-throughs on that.
Hell
Like
yeah.
50 people watched the story and we're like, fuck it.
I shared it on my story, and I had a couple people just like react to me like on my story, be like, you know, crying emoji, all that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Great clip.
Great clip. One of our finest. One of our finest. Better even than the Monsterade clip, which I personally thought was fucking awesome. What a clip. You're talking about clips. You're talking about that one.
You talking clips?
You're talking clips? We're talking Monsterade.
Yeah, I almost had to bring Monsterade this week just to get fucking hyped up.
Yeah, dude. I had
All right, let me get one of those.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The classic Miller Lite 11 pack.
Holy shit. Ice cold.
I resorted to cans today. Well, because
fresh draft.
we drank all of the this is a true story. We drank all of your beer that you brought last week, and I didn't want you to know that.
Oh,
so I got the exact box of cans, and even before you walked in, I ripped it as if it had already been drank out of.
Yeah, even though it was full.
And I took 2 cans out. So no, I didn't take 2 cans out, but I thought about it. I did think about it. But then I was like, wait.
He's gonna know, but
He's gonna
also
know.
he's not gonna care.
He's not gonna care, but I'm gonna act like I thought he cared on the podcast.
Thank you for caring.
Yeah. I cared about the cast, dude. So I had to. Also, bottles were expired at the liquor store I went to. They expired on February 8th, 2021. These ones don't expire till May, so
Thank
we're good. I went there on Tuesday night before band rehearsal to get that pack of bottles, and I noticed that Miller Lite 12 packs were astonishingly on clearance. And they were like $3 cheaper. And I was like, oh, say less. So I got them. And then I went back today and I was like, oh, they're on clearance because they're not legally allowed to sell these anymore.
It's turned into a loaf of bread.
Yeah, like literally the owner of the liquor store is got to be the chillest business to own. They don't even bother putting shit away. Like literally you go into a liquor store, they just have boxes of shit everywhere.
Yeah, the people that like drop off the liquor just literally put it in the showroom.
Yeah, they don't
Like
care.
straight up still in the boxes.
Yeah.
You got to take it out yourself if you want it, or like trick yourself into buying the whole box.
Of course. The one across the street from where I live, they have boxes of wine in the bathroom.
Yeah, in Skyline.
Yeah.
You're also like not really supposed to be going to the bathroom there because I think it is just a storage room.
Yeah. Come to think of it, there wasn't a toilet, but there was a very dirty sink. But yeah, like liquor stores, that's if you're looking to get into a business that is zero work, liquor store.
And like a constant demand.
Constant demand.
You're gonna have people in there the moment you open,
Mhm.
just because life's sad, man.
Yeah, exactly. And you sell lottery tickets, beer, liquor, and cigarettes, and some other assorted goods, candy,
Yeah, shit you'd find on an airplane.
all of which is pretty much non-perishable. You don't buy a loaf of bread from a liquor store.
No,
You don't buy eggs. You don't buy milk from a
you
liquor
might
store.
get like a peanut party mix.
And those don't expire. Peanuts don't expire, do they?
I don't think so.
I think they can if you open up the bag, but if you don't, you're probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretzels, they're like 90% salt. They're not fucking going anywhere. Pretzels are
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, so these are almost expired Miller Lite cans, which is refreshing. Nothing like Miller on the Edge.
Whenever I've been in California, I always get to drive by the Miller plant.
Oh, is
I
that where it's
always give
from?
it a little salute. Yeah.
Miller's from California.
I mean, maybe it's not originally from there, but I saw they have like a huge plant next to the highway there.
I hate to say it, I almost like them less now. I have an aversion to.
Really?
I don't know. I like the West Coast, but over the passing weeks, I've gotten in several conversations about the East Coast West Coast divide. I never let the '90s go. I never let Tupac and Biggie go, dude. I'm still whatever about it, but it's cool. Look, every East Coast needs a West Coast, so they complete
Tupac
us.
is from Baltimore, though.
I think he went to Maryland School for the Arts, but I don't think he's from Baltimore. I think he might be from like somewhere in New York, but he went to college here.
Yeah.
He became Tupac in Baltimore.
So Miller was founded in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay. And then they were pushed out by Milwaukee's Best because Milwaukee wasn't actually the best. Because the only thing I can think of when I drink Milwaukee's Best is, wow, if this is Milwaukee's Best, we're fucked.
Milwaukee's Best is made by Miller.
Oh. Well, there you have it. What do you know?
I was just kidding.
Whoa, what? Did I say Milwaukee's Best? I meant Natty Light. That's what I was talking about, dude. Natty Light is nowhere's best.
For sure.
But you were mentioning that somebody replied to you with the laughing, crying emoji.
Oh, yes.
And
yes, indeed.
our most divisive poll question last week was the emoji showdown between the laughing, crying emoji or the dead skull emoji. And Alex was the first to inform me about this. But apparently, Gen Z thinks that the laughing, crying emoji is a cringy old person emoji now.
Really?
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah. And I noticed when I looked through the voters that everyone who voted for the laughing one was like our age, and everyone who voted for the skull one was like younger.
Really?
And this is like, when I think about it, I don't want to think about it because I don't want to believe that we're on the old side of trends. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we look at what our parents do and the shit they say, and we're like, nerds. And now there's some 22-year-old.
We're laughing, crying emoji, them, and then the Zoomers are looking at us, dead's face and skull and bones.
This guy used, I'm dead AF. And like, when I imagine the skull emoji, I imagine it's like a girl with like long fingernails just being like, TF, I'm dead, and then hitting it. And I'm just like, whatever, you got no life experience. You don't know what dead is. You don't know what dead is. I'm dead inside. You don't fucking know. I use a laughing, crying emoji because that was, did you know when I read the article today, it was the 2015. Check. Been a while since that happened. It was the 2015 word of the year.
What, laughing, crying
Just
emoji?
the emoji. Just the emoji.
Damn, okay.
And they said it's still technically the most used emoji of all emojis, but that's probably primarily because it's Instagram's first default like react that you can do.
Do they count it every time it's used? Because those numbers might be inflated by the amount of emojis people use.
That's true. That's true. I don't know how.
You're never just using one of those. You're like spamming 3.
Yeah. I usually just do 3 of those. Yeah. And then does it count? No, I don't know how they track it. But whatever they do to track it, they probably use the same method to track the other ones. So if you spam an angry face, or if you spam like a fucking dead skull, they're tracking that too. But the laughing, crying is still winning, but it's on a steady decline. It's been used less this year than any other year. In fact, it's about to get overtaken by the loud crying emoji, actually.
Oh, no.
And
that is a popular one, too,
It's a popular one. And the dead skull apparently kind of rose to popularity after TikTok. Because I think the laughing, crying one was real big on like Vine and World Star hip hop compilations. That was when you saw that a lot. But it's weird to think about that like you go back through time and you look at like what was the stuff we would do in like middle school. Remember XD?
Yeah.
XD, like that was awesome back in the day. If you
Yeah.
were like a scene girl, if you were a scene chick, that was awesome.
XD, equal sign, capital P,
Yes.
the little tongue out
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. The cat face, :3.
Yeah.
I still do that sometimes.
When
Ironically.
I'm frisky.
I'm frisky. I give him the old cat face.
I like to use like old school emoticons like every once in a while just to be like silly. Never
Well,
like sincerely.
It's honestly like there is something about an old school emoticon. They're cuter. I remember talking about this with Andrew
I mean,
Mullen.
it like takes more effort too.
Yeah. You
It's
have
not
to,
just like one button. You have to be like, all right, I'm gonna fucking go through my keyboard and make this right.
yeah, see if I can construct an emotion using only punctuation.
Yeah.
That's dedication. That means
Exactly.
that whoever you were texting is like you're showing effort. You know what I mean?
It's like making a mixtape.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody makes mixtapes anymore. Nobody makes Spotify playlists for their lovers anymore.
Yeah.
I never did any of that shit, but you know, if I did, I wouldn't do it now. But it's just strange to me to imagine that I'm getting the age. I'm not switching my emojis now, dude. I'm done switching emojis. I'm sticking with look. LOL was like the first thing ever, and it's still going strong.
It's still going crazy. I still use it a lot.
Yeah, LOL's like the world's most popular.
I sometimes
thing.
say it out loud. I sometimes say LOL in
Yeah.
real life.
When enough people start doing that, then it'll become uncool.
Yeah.
So you got to stop. You have to stop.
No, I'll tell you one thing. There was when we were in Georgia, we were like trying to get dinner one night and I forget the town name. It was like Covington or something.
Nice.
But like
the Covington kids.
Yeah. It was straight up like 3 little Covington kids. It was like a night on the town. Everyone was fucking out, even though it was COVID. Georgia just didn't care. And we were like walking behind these like 3 kids trying to like find a place to eat dinner. And they're like talking about like Twitch. And like one of the kids said like poggers. And I had to like look that
Poggers.
up. It's apparently means like play of the game or something. But I think it's just like LOL, but like gamers, LOL.
Oh, yikes.
But like, yeah, just like hearing kids use like internet speak in real life now, I feel like that's probably very common.
What's the acronym? PO
POG, but they said poggers.
phrase only in Georgia.
Phrase only Georgia.
That's what I got from that.
Yeah, play of game. I don't know.
Game. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah,
No, I'm not gonna be using that one. When I think of Pog, I only think of one thing, and it's a porn category.
Pog. I think of PAW.
PAW, which is the best. The
Poggers.
best.
Poggers. But
Poggers,
the
yeah.
MILF.
Yeah, if I texted a girl Pog, it would mean a whole different thing, and I'd probably get blocked. Damn. You're a Pog, cat emoji.
Hey, hi. Pog. Pog. Let me see. Pog. Let me see. Fuck, why was I banned? Why'd you ban me?
Yeah, dude. I thought you were from Georgia. Sorry. Badass white Georgians. Yeah, dude. So I think this is like the dive that we're all gonna have to take as millennials. This is gonna be the great divide in online culture because you get to a certain age where if you try too hard to text like a younger person, it becomes cringe, as they say. Which I don't even say that. I say
I feel like, yeah, because I feel like cringe is played out.
well, yeah. People say, "Oh my god, that's so cringe," and that's like that is cringe. If you say something is cringe, that's cringe.
Yeah.
And
I think, because I think that took away from, I like to say things are cringy, but I don't like it like that. I don't
Yeah.
like the meme format. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
that's so cringe.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like saying like that's Uber, which I never said either. That's uber
Yeah.
stupid.
I don't like yikes.
Yikes. Yeah.
That's a yikes. That's
Yeah.
a yikes for me.
I will say yikes like in the old school way. Like just like, oh yikes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love yikes like that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say, oh, that's yikes.
Yikes.
I didn't know anybody said that's yikes. That's yikes.
That's yikes.
Saying that is yikes. Yeah, if you try to sound too like, but it's like me using the dead emoji, people would instantly see through that. They'd be like, dude, you don't
Jimmy, are you okay?
like, yeah, dude. Like, are you wearing like a brand name right now? No. Then don't use the fucking dead emoji, dude. Don't.
Damn, dude.
Do you smoke weed? No, I don't. I don't.
Something funny just happened.
Yeah, and now you're dead.
Now
You're
I'm dead.
You're a 28-year-old man, and you're dead from a joke. Is that so? Is that so?
Are you sure?
Are you sure you're dead?
Because you're on Instagram, so you're probably not dead.
You're probably not dead. I'm tracking your browsing. You're not dead.
Damn, dude, we are old.
We're old, bro. We're old. And you just gotta own it, dude. You gotta look. If you're a millennial, don't jump ship. Don't
Stay young.
jump
Stay
ship.
young as long as you can.
Look, dude. Here's the reality.
Switch to dead. Make it work.
Here's the reality. And this is something that I think generationally, the kids in this younger generation don't have any respect for. And I always use the example of everybody likes to make fun of boomers, right? Naturally, you're going to make fun of boomers.
Yeah.
Because you only knew boomers when they were old. You don't know what a boomer would have been like when they were your age.
Yeah.
They were probably pretty fucking dope. Guess what? Boomers invented the internet. You didn't invent the internet. You used the internet. You didn't invent it. Millennials and Gen X, we invented internet culture. Millennials invented memes. You use memes. You use emojis. We invented emojis. Before anyone had ever thought of a one-button thing, we were sitting there hacking away at colons and parentheses and dashes and eights and the fucking 8 with equal capital D. No eggplants back in those days. We had to make our dicks.
Yeah.
We had to make online culture. We had to say stuff like LMAO and not even necessarily know if they weren't going to understand it at one point.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'm not interested in jumping ship to your zillennial culture, your Zoomer culture, and trying to pretend to be you. You're pretending to be us.
You sound like an old man right now.
They don't understand what we did for them, dude.
You're ancient, dude.
I'm not
You're a
ancient.
full month older than me. That's like a decade.
I know, dude. Eric's sitting over
That's
here.
like 20 years, dude.
Eric's sitting over here
A
typing,
young buck.
typing out text with the dead emoji. Like, I don't know what this guy's fucking talking about.
I'm fucking dead. This old ass millennial is
Fucking
right in front of me saying he's crying emoji.
yeah, cranky old
This
Vietnam
man said
vet
he's
sitting here.
crying emoji. I'm dead.
These kids just don't understand. Look, dude. At a certain point, you gotta be old. You gotta be old. There's
gotta grow
something
up.
cool about being old if you own it. I said this before, and I'll say it again. You don't get old until you stop growing up. And so, grow up. Grow up and use the laughing crying emoji. It's the adult thing to do. It's the adult thing to do.
It's the only way to become an adult.
Yeah. When you type it to a Zillennial, Zoomer, I don't know why I keep calling them Zillennials. I think we're technically Zillennials because we're right on the border.
Zillennial. I've never heard that term before. I like it, though.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool. Something that an adult would come up with.
An adult would come up with it. Somebody with experience.
Yeah.
Somebody with knowing how to combine two words. Takes time. Takes talent.
Time. Takes years of trying to make emoticons.
Yeah. Years of hacking away. Like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like, dude, you watched Hey Arnold when you were a kid? You watched Rugrats? Guess who wrote that show? Boomers. Gen X.
Definitely Gen X.
You grew up on shows that were made to you. Your entire childhood was defined by the generation before you. Zoomers, your entire childhood was defined by what my generation did for you. So don't ever look at me.
Learn some respect.
Put some respect on our name.
Yeah. Well, and then also think about this. What are you guys passing down? Dancing?
Dancing?
Come on, man.
You guys have the worst internet culture, arguably of all time.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean, look, I'm not saying that our stuff wasn't stupid, but like a lot of the stuff I see on TikTok, it doesn't really capture my attention.
Most of it just doesn't make sense. Like, it's almost like they see like memes and they just do them wrong.
Yeah.
And like, in a sense, that is funny, but also it's just like, it's almost like like fucking like that's so random.
Yeah.
It's like that coming back around. Like, oh my god, that's so random.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, you just like did that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like that, but that's not funny.
Yeah. And it's also
Like you
not.
grow out of that so quick.
It's not crazy either.
It's not crazy at all.
Of course I did it. The entire
You're
internet's
schizophrenic.
It's not fucking crazy.
Yeah, go get help.
I tell you what's crazy. Inventing the internet. That's fucking crazy. And pretty fucking random.
That was hella random.
That was random. That was fucking random. So
they really invented the internet just to like connect colleges to each other, to be like, we can become so much smarter if we share all of our data.
Yeah.
And now it's just fucking
you created a
too
monster.
much porn.
Yeah, you just
too much porn and people being racist.
You just created something that people would make fun of you for later on. It's like if we made this podcast and then 20 years later the podcast was just other people sitting there making fun of us.
The dudes that made internet are rolling in their graves because they thought like we're making something that's gonna get us pussy forever, and they just made a tool for hot people to just fuck each other.
Yeah, not them.
Not them at all.
Fuck, dude. I think that's what Mark Zuckerberg was trying to do with Facebook, dude. He was trying to make a tool so he could get pussy, and then it just wound up like, no, dude, you're gonna have to make at least $3 billion more dollars.
Billionaire.
Fine.
Get pussy that way.
The old-fashioned way. That's how you do it.
That's the Chris D'Elia way.
That's the Chris D'Elia way, dude. How many fucking Facebook messages you think Mark Zuckerberg gets when he rolls into town?
Oh, I don't know
from tech groupies?
Zuckerberg, but Tom from MySpace.
MySpace, Tom had one of the best retorts on Twitter ever, which was somebody like tweeted at him and was like, "Yo,
MySpace Tom destroys heckler."
I think that was the title of the video, and that was also his reply. He just said that back to the heckler, and then people believed it. They were like, "I guess he destroyed him."
Ratio.
He did capitalize destroy and heckler.
Damn.
He did it. But somebody was like, "Oh, MySpace Tom, how does it feel that, you created this big website and then you lost it all? Now MySpace isn't even like a website anymore." And he was like, "I'll tell you how it feels. I created the world's first and most popular social media website of our generation and then sold it for multiple billions of dollars. And now I chill hard as fuck for the rest of my life." And I was like, "Yeah, bitch."
Hell
You just saw him sitting there at his fucking chalkboard, wherever his picture was, and he's just like, "Oh, fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm MySpace Tom."
Yeah, I was following him like for a while, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I just like randomly was like, what the fuck is this guy up to? He just like travels around the world, and now he's like, he just does photography. And he's like decent, but it's just basically like, yeah, I'm gonna go crazy places and just take pictures.
Yeah. How good do you have to be at something else when you've already done
you
that?
Did that? Yeah.
It's like, dude, I already did this.
Yeah, just chill.
I've already done more in this one lifetime before I was 30 than you will ever do in 70 lifetimes.
Yeah.
Average person who tweets at me. And now, I'm sorry, I'm getting very aggressive right now. I'm yelling at you. I just see
my anger
a 17-year-old on your face, and I'm just been yelling at you for the past 30 minutes.
Is my hat down too low?
You look like a little kid, dude. You look like you're on the opposite team from me, dude. Grow up. Pull your hat up, for God's sake.
Dead emoji. This old ass man.
But that's the thing people don't understand is people are so lacking of self-awareness when they judge people who do shit to think that they have any right to criticize somebody who's not. Like, when people make fun of a band for being a one-hit wonder, that hits close to home for me because I'm a zero-hit, complete lack of wonder. There's no wonder I haven't had a hit.
Who?
Zero. Who is this guy? I wonder who this guy is. Who is he? Do you know how hard it is to make a song that becomes a hit? Do you know how many bands and musicians and people throughout the course of history have written songs and dedicated their life to something and nobody has ever fucking heard of them or their fucking song? And then you have a band come along that comes out with one song that everyone knows, let's say from the 80s, and you can play it and nobody knows it was you. Like, they might have to Shazam it and be like, "Oh, this guy. Never heard of him." But you know the fucking song.
Yeah.
And guess what? That guy's chilling because you just Shazammed his song and he just made more money off of that.
Yeah.
So he wrote one hit.
Yeah, it was probably in like 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah.
Now he's just living.
Yeah, and it defined a decade. You know, a song that when you think, you instantly know the year, you get the vibe of it, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? What are you fucking doing? Do you have any
you're
hits?
Fucking listening to this,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I always like at gigs and stuff. I'll be like, this guy was a. You guys probably don't know it. Like 9 Days, the band 9 Days. They sang, "This is the story of a girl," and I'll be like, that band's called 9 Days. You probably didn't know that. They're a one-hit wonder. Still more hits than me, which is true because I'm sitting here playing a fucking, you know, Tiki Lee's.
Yeah, I'm playing their hit right now.
Yeah, I'm playing their hit right now.
I owe these guys a lot of money.
Royalties, baby. Royalties is the name of the game. So before you criticize someone, just ask yourself, what have I done lately? Not just lately, ever. What have I done ever? And if the answer is not much, maybe get off Twitter, get off your fucking dead emojis, and go do something. And then text me about it with a laughing, crying emoji so I know it's real. And then we'll talk. And then we'll talk. And that's that.
That's fucking that.
That's millennials. That's a millennial M. You can't see, but Eric's flashing the Z.
Majin, baby.
Eric's over here with the fucking... I can't even do a Z. Yeah. What's a Z?
No, I was doing an M, dude.
No, dude. Quit trying to join my team now, bro. You know what you are. You know what you are, dude.
Or is it a Z?
M?
I'm switching up on you, bitches.
Come on, dude. You know, I just Googled it, the generational divide, and it was exactly between September and August of 92. It's a generational divide, dude.
You fucking got me, dude.
I did, dude. You got yourself. Your
Fuck.
parents got you.
My parents got
They
me.
should have fucked a month sooner like mine did. They shouldn't have waited.
No, I couldn't wait. I think maybe that's why I came out premature.
Did you really?
I think maybe I was
Explains a
trying
lot.
to be a millennial, dude.
But you just missed.
I just missed.
You just
What do you
missed.
mean by that explains a lot?
Is that what you do? That explains a lot. When I said that, I like stopped saying it halfway through. I was like, this is abnormally mean. It's out of character mean.
I just don't know what it means. That explains a lot.
Explains a lot. I walked into the record theater again this weekend, and this bouncer got me. He really got me. It was good. I walked in and I showed him my ID, and he like looked at it like really hard, which for a wise old man like myself really pisses me off sometimes. Like, it annoys me because it's like, dude, like it's not fake. First of all, why would I get a fake 28-year-old ID?
Yeah, right.
Like, why?
If I was under 21, why would I try to be like 10 years older than I actually am?
Exactly. If anything, I'd be 22.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be 21. I'd be 22 because that's like 21. Obviously, it's fake. There's no such thing as a real 21-year-old ID. It's either, well, I guess if you are 21, but there's very few of those people.
Yeah.
Very few people are 21. And I walk in and he goes, he's looking at it real hard, and I was like, just standing there awkwardly, and he's like, "How tall are you?" And I was like, "I'm 6'2". He's like, "No, you're not." And I was like,
Caught you lying.
yeah. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm 6'2". He's like, "No, you're not." And at that point, I was like, "Dude, do you think that's fake? Do you think that ID is fake?" And he's like, "No, I'm just thinking you lied on your ID. You're 5'11". And I was like, "Dude, I'm 6'2". And he was like, "I'm just fucking with you." I was like, "Oh, man." I was like, "Dude, you got me.
5'11".
You got me, bro. You got me." I was like, dude, I thought you were
reacted like a 5'11".
I did. I got short little dick energy about somebody.
How tall was the guy though? Was he like 6'5" or some shit?
I don't know. He was very big.
Was he sitting down or
He was sitting down, I think, but also it was like an elevated, like he was like behind a table and elevated, and I'm like on kind of a ramp. So at first I literally thought that maybe I had to like scientifically explain to him. I was like, "Look, well, here's the thing. You're on an elevated thing, and I I'm lower than you. I'd be willing to say it's about a 3-inch difference, so I can
I'm just about to
understand.
break out my ruler.
I can understand why you would think I'm 5'11", and I can certainly understand why you would think I'm 5'11" based off my reaction to this. How defensive I am about not being 5'11". Only a 5. No one is more defensive about their height than a 5'11" person because they want to go around telling everybody they're 6 feet.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the same theory that we were working with about why would you get a fake 28-year-old ID. Exactly. If I was a 5'11" guy who wanted to lie about my height, I'd just put 6 feet. But maybe he was like, this guy's too smart for that. Because he knows if he puts 6 feet, I'm going to think it's fake.
Yeah.
So he says 6'2". Because who would lie about being 6'2"?
Exactly.
If they're 5'11".
Yeah. Well, if you're like 6 or 6'1", you'd lie about being 6'2".
But you wouldn't have to. Because once you're over 6 feet...
Yeah, but you do.
You do. I do.
But you do.
I do. Look, it's a little thing called rounding up.
Listen, I'm a little superstitious. I didn't want any odd numbers.
No odd numbers. No odd numbers. 71 inches? No thanks. It's a prime number. 72? That's like the best number.
Perfect.
72 inches? That's the best number. It's divisible by literally fucking everything.
Yeah.
Most stuff. But yeah, he got me, and everybody laughed. And then I was just like, dude, I was about to say, because I thought you were about to kick me out of here. I thought you were going to tell me I was too old to be here. The fucking rec room, dude. Like, if anything, that's why I was offended. I was like, dude, you should not be letting me in for a whole different reason. Like, seriously. But luckily, your aunt was there, and your cousin was there.
Oh, I heard a little bit about this. I don't know if we should talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah. I was going to say we don't have to mention names, but it's pretty easily connected. But
yeah. They'll know it was them.
They'll know. No, your cousin's a good kid. He's a good kid. He definitely got a little topsy-turvy.
I think he just turned 21 recently.
I sympathize with him because I think there was a thing where he's 21 and he's hanging out with like me, Alex, Zach, a bunch of like older, more mature like adults, and we're probably like adults to him. And so I think there was a part of him that was like trying to like impress us a little bit, you know, kind of acting out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it wound up backfiring on him. But like that's why I said to Alex, I was like, dude, like I've been there. I've been 21 and I've been hanging out with people that are older than me. I didn't quite do those types of things, but I acted out in different ways for sure. I tried to be way funnier than I actually was, you know, stuff like that. So it's a learning experience. Think I've been kicked out of a bar once, but I can't remember what it was for. It wasn't a fight. Oh,
I was thinking, because when Alex was telling me about that, it reminded me of when, I think it was your birthday, potentially, or maybe it was Dom's birthday, but I remember him like losing his knife, and then eventually you guys fighting.
Yes.
And you might have got kicked out that night, but I forget.
I did.
Okay, so yes, you have got kicked out.
Now,
before.
for the record, it wasn't a real fight. Dom and I were. It was my brother's 22nd birthday.
Brothers fighting, play fighting, but you guys were a little tipsy.
Oh, you know what? It wasn't his 22nd birthday. It was his 20th birthday.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was his 20th birthday, and I was like about to turn 23, or no, I was like about to turn 24, and so I remember my brother and I just decided to get in a wrestling match at CVP on the top floor patio, and the bouncers kicked us out. And then on the way out, I was like, I'm not the one who let in a 20-year-old at least, or something stupid. He's not even old enough to be in here, idiot. Should have kicked him out a long time ago. Something ridiculous. I was fucking wasted. And then I got in another big wrestling match in the alley behind the thing.
That was beautiful.
With Ashley Mears' boy. Who also replied to the
such a
clip
highlight.
today. Such a highlight.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She said vintage
I
sundown.
thought you meant like his boy.
Yeah, he
or
was
her boy.
Yeah, her boy replied, and he was like, yo, dope video, dude. Can you adopt me since you're my daddy now?
I'm still your humble servant.
I listened to every episode since you beat me in an alley at CVP. That was pre-podcast, dude. Can you imagine that story if it happened a couple days after?
That would have been great.
What a great story. Now you're just getting the 6 years later version.
We're just like, yep, that was great.
You gotta have to take our word for it.
I think we've talked about it before. So go scrounge through the old apps.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Bump up those plays.
In our, according to Eric, 5,000 hours of
podcast
somebody
archive.
heard that part.
Yeah.
and said they were like, by
Figure it
the
out.
way, by the way, somebody like, when you said that thing on the last podcast, somebody was like, by the way, Eric said 5,000 hours. How many episodes do you have? And I was like 225. And they were like, and how many hours are they? I was like 1 to 2 hours. And they're like, yeah, that's like maybe 500 hours. And I was like,
well, I'm not a
all right.
mathematician.
All right.
Also, I was probably being hyperbolic.
A little
Was
bit.
I using a calculator at the time? If
No.
I was,
You were not.
I don't know how to use calculators.
Clearly not. An extra 0 fell in there somewhere. Dude, I can't account for it. We're not accountants.
We're having fun. This is wild.
Yeah.
We're going back and forth. This is crazy.
I backed you up, though, because I said...
Listen, we did a couple before.
And then I said maybe he was referring to all the hours of conversation we had just throughout life, which might still not be 5,000, but it's closer.
Maybe.
It's closer.
Closer.
So, and then I told him GTFB, get the fuck
Get
back.
the fuck back.
Get the fuck back. Yeah, that was, I got kicked out of CVP for that. And I got kicked out of Nacho Mamas for,
Oh no, they haven't been open for too long. So this is very recently.
this was not, it was probably like 4 years ago.
They've been open that long?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 3 or 4 years. It was just one bartender that was being particularly not. I'm actually wearing a Nacho Mama shirt right now. They threw it at me as they kicked me out. I just got in an argument with a friend of mine about who would run a mile faster. And the bartender kicked us out. And I was like, damn, that sucks that we aren't allowed to debate such a topic.
And now we can test it out in real life.
Now we can test it out. And I know for a fact I would beat that guy in a mile race, dude. I never let it go. I never let it go. They kicked only me out.
Damn, that guy thinks he won.
Yeah, because they it's my friend. Like, they eventually came out. They like finished their drinks and then came out like 20 minutes later. And I'm just standing outside just like, can't believe I kicked out of the bar. Beat him in a mile. I know I can.
Did they make you like pay, I guess?
Yeah, I had to pay.
Okay.
I had to pay. Not granted, I did. I called him. He's a Hispanic guy from Uruguay. I called him a Jew. I called him a Jew. I called him a Jew. I was like,
Is he Jewish?
No.
Okay, well, that's not really a problem.
But the bartender didn't know that. She said, okay, that's it. The hatred, the bigotry, you're out. And I was like, we were all laughing. We were all laughing loudly. And then she just kicked me out. She thought I was a bigot for calling my Latino friend, my Latinx friend, a Jew. Sorry.
I do comedy sometimes on a podcast.
Yeah. Sorry.
That would not be something she would want to hear.
She would
as
not.
you're getting kicked out. You're like, excuse me, miss. I actually have a podcast.
Yeah.
So.
If you like what you heard, follow us at LF. This doesn't exist yet, but follow us at LFTS Podcast for more of this hatred and bigotry as you define it. Well, yeah, hubcaps will do that to you. Shouts out Nacho Mamas.
Shout out.
Drink 1, you're having fun. Drink 2, you're on the run.
You're on the run. Or at least discussing it. Drink 3, now you're on the run.
Then you're running.
Now you're running.
Yeah.
This time for real.
That's my favorite Tim Dillanism is he goes about martinis. He goes, 1's not enough, 2's too many, 3's a party. And that goes for hubcaps as well. That goes for most things in life. 1's not enough, 2 is too many. Girlfriends? No, 1 girlfriend's enough. 2 is definitely too many though. And 3 is definitely a fucking party.
I guess, yeah.
I would say. You're not allowed to agree with that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Jimmy and his 3 girlfriends.
Currently have 0, but I'm working on 3.
I'm dreaming big.
Dreaming big. Hey, look. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Fuck. I'm still fucking blanking on shit.
You didn't
So
write
we
any...
recorded last Tuesday, right?
Yes,
That's crazy. I mean, last Friday
last Friday.
at 6 a.m.
Yeah, last Friday at 6 a.m. In your
Yes,
defense, I
okay.
think we started late. It was like 6:15.
Yeah, that screws me up.
It seemed like it's. I mean, that 15 minutes seemed like 4 days.
Seemed like
though.
4 days.
Yeah,
It felt
it's a
so long
long
because we were
time.
quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet,
We were so quiet before the podcast.
and it was so cold too. It was like
It felt like
cold.
forever.
Yeah, there was snow on the ground.
It was dark out.
Mm-hmm. Dark.
Just felt like days.
The coffee didn't hit quite right.
We didn't have Monsterade, or did we?
Did we?
I forget.
No, I think we
We had
did.
it. We did have it.
we did. We needed it.
We needed Monsterade last. We needed Monsterade this week.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring Monsterade next week.
You definitely need Monsterade most weeks.
Yeah,
that's
for
the best
sure.
part of waking up is Monsterade in your cup. Nothing like a morning Monsterade with breakfast. That's a full balanced breakfast.
God, it is such a white trash, like half and half. Gatorade and Monster.
Gatorade in and of itself is kind of white trash. But also it's like, I mean, I drink Gatorade Zero, which I don't think is white trash.
Gatorade is the ultimate drink where you're like, this is good for me for way too long into your life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you need to let that go, dude. Unless you're playing rec football.
Unless you're like literally Michael Phelps or an NBA player. You don't need Gatorade.
If you're training for the Olympics, then you are justified in drinking a Gatorade.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or if you're recovering from going out to a bar on your 21st birthday. You
That's-
need Gatorade.
That's really what
You
Gatorade
might
is
need
for.
Gatorade.
Definitely Gatorade has one function in life, and that is recovering you from a hangover. Absolutely. There's not very many athletic applications that I'm aware of for
I feel like
Gatorade.
the thing is though, I feel like pro drinkers,
Bless you.
like I remember my brother switched from Gatorade to like Pedialyte at a certain point.
Yeah. But you're right. That is a pro
That's like a
drinker.
pro drinker move. But he's not the only one I've seen do that. Like I've seen a bunch of people do that now. But he was the first one that I was like, why are you getting like baby food?
It's definitely a known thing. For some reason, just the idea of Pedialyte is disgusting to me just because babies also...
So viscous.
Yeah, it's like... But apparently it is really good for curing a hangover. But that's just a step I'm not willing to take. Like, I don't...
Yeah, that's like medicine at a certain point.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's like if your drinking is to the point where you cannot function the next day without drinking baby food, then perhaps it's time to cut back.
You might need a Gatorade.
And that's where Gatorade comes in. But yeah, because that's also, people will get IVs, and you can.
Yeah, well, that's like rich people shit.
Yeah, but you can do that. But I don't care how rich I get. I don't. Maybe if like it was my wedding day and I got super blacked out the night
IV.
before, and I was like, dude, I am so fucking hungover. I do not want to be hungover for my wedding. And they're like, dude, $50, I'll get you an IV. And I'm like, all right. But also, it's my wedding, dude. Can I get this shit for free? Maybe wedding
You're gonna
gift.
throw this in?
Yeah, the doctor's like, I don't know you, dude. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. Hook me up. I would do that, but it's like there's a certain aspect of drinking where the high and the come down go hand in hand. You need both. You need balance in your life. You can't just get super drunk. Like, there's a reason why booze tastes bad. Booze is liquor is
I feel like you're saying this, but you're the ultimate champion of like, oh, I'm a little hungover. Let me just start drinking for the day.
Yes. Which is somehow not as bad as drinking.
But don't bring that up right now. I'm making a point, but yes.
Hey. I consider drinking again in the morning still better than drinking a Pedialyte.
At least it's not baby food.
Yeah. It's adult food. And like booze needs to be not that enjoyable in order to make sense in life. Because if you could just chug whiskey like you could chug a water or like a Gatorade, everyone would die. Everyone would die. So you need the balance of the funness that you get from drinking booze combined with the shittiness of the experience of getting to drunk and the experience of after being drunk, which balances you out in life. When you do cocaine, you get the coke blues. At the next day you wake up and you can't enjoy anything. Everything sucks. You have no serotonin or oxytocin or any endorphins left in your body. You could watch the birth of your child and just be like, oh man, I'm fucking whacked right now. That's good. That should exist. Because if there was no come down, then you would probably do cocaine more. Cigarettes have to smell bad. Vapes have to make your lungs feel weird. Acid has to make you feel like you're in an alternate dimension for the next 2 days. That's all part of it. Because if it wasn't that way, we'd all be dead. We'd be dead.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about...
And Gatorade would go out of business.
Yeah.
So
Gatorade would be done for.
Yeah. They need hangovers more than anybody.
Dude, fucking... If like all the side effects from drugs didn't happen, except for like the good parts, like Taco Bell would be out of business. Fucking like
Done.
every sort of like shitty fast food would be done for. Let's think. I guess coffee, would that still be a thing?
Coffee would always be a thing.
Okay.
Because coffee is really... Like, that's like an everyday thing for most people, I feel like.
That's true.
Hungover or not. Most people can't function without it. A lot of people can't.
Yeah.
I really do it just more of a morning ritual. Just, it's kind of like me being like, I'm awake and I'm an adult, right?
Yeah, I'm not going back to sleep, I swear.
Don't talk to me until
Even
I've
though
had
I
my
really
cup of
want
Joe.
to.
Yeah, really? This coffee's
though-
not hitting.
This is like 20 alarms in.
Yeah.
Still haven't moved.
The snooze alarm is my
I
coffee.
guess I'll burn my mouth awake.
Can't sleep when your mouth's on fire.
Can't sleep when you keep tonguing all the fallen skin off the roof of your mouth.
Oh, man. Those are things I want to do as I get older. It's just...
Not like bite your cheeks or like cut your tongue or burn
Those
your
things.
tongue.
Yeah.
Just like child ass shit.
Yeah. Like,
Less brain freezes. Like, dude, just chill out on the ice cream.
yeah, dude, stop
Like,
eating
you're
ice cream.
fucking 28 years old.
Dude.
You don't need to shove it in your face like a child.
You shouldn't even go inside to order. If you go inside a Baskin Robbins, it's automatically weird. Order it online, walk in, put it over your head. Get curbside pickup. Make them come to you with your
I thought
fucking...
you're gonna be like, go to the grocery store, get a carton of ice cream. It's the same price as one thing at Baskin Robbins, and you get ice cream for the whole week.
Yeah, and then you
You're
eat
like,
it.
no, get a disguise. Use the dead emoji in and out of the store so they think you're young.
And then take
Use
it home.
real life Instagram filters on your face to appear younger.
And then take the cone home and eat it in your house where adults should eat ice cream. Not at a park. Don't sit at a park and eat an ice cream. That's, I don't know.
Eat it in your car before you even get home. Get rid of all the evidence. No one can know.
Definitely do not sit outside of a Baskin Robbins eating an ice cream in your car, making eye contact with
all the
small
crows.
children. The crows. Because the crows know. The crows know. Even the crows know you're too old to be eating what you just got. Which is why I'm glad there's a Dunkin' Donuts right next door.
God forbid it was a raven.
God forbid.
It'd be
'Cause
so embarrassing.
They would be embarrassing. Crows know, but ravens are craving to make fun of you, dude. They're craving ice cream. Ravens are jealous
Of ice cream.
of ice cream. Ravens are like, I wish I could walk inside and get an ice cream.
But I can't hold a spoon.
I can't hold a spoon and I can't open the door. And also, I'm not allowed in private businesses because animals are oppressed in this society, especially ravens.
Dude, that Monster Aid would be kicking in right around now.
Yeah, we'd be fucking going right now.
Fucking
Going.
we'd be rolling.
See if I have any great notes to close you guys out with.
Yeah, let me see if I even made a note.
Um,
Oh, my brother said something interesting that I was thinking about because he made like the comparison of like quarantine, like now we all know how like our pets feel because we've just all been stuck inside of our houses being like, when the fuck can I go outside? Can I go on a walk? Can I go on a walk, please?
Yeah.
Like, for real though.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Like I guess that kind of falls back in line with the whole idea of dogs probably don't, like, when you leave for like a long time for like a vacation, they don't know what a vacation is.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure dogs get like regimented. I'm certain they do. Obviously, they get regimented. Like if you're a person who goes to work at 8 in the morning, comes back every day at 6, they get that. They know that. When you leave at 8 in the morning, they don't really have a concept of time, but they just kind of feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like they know, all right, it's around 6. But when you just don't, or when you drop them off at like a kennel or like somebody else's house, you know,
They have no idea what the fuck's
they have
going
no
on.
fucking idea. You
Yeah,
know,
especially if it's like the first time
yeah.
and it's like brand new. And then you get them back and they're super excited. They're like, oh my God, I thought you were going forever.
Yeah.
But then the next time you take them back, it's like, oh, what the fuck? Again?
Again, dude. Dude, even my fish are regimented. Like they know at 5 to 6:30 p.m. whenever I remember, I will feed them. And sometimes when I'm walking by and it's like 5:30 and I'm watching TV and I'll see my fish fucking swimming around there looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, what are you doing? You're eating a chicken sandwich? A man does not eat before he feeds his fish, dude. I actually feel guilty about that because I know they see. And what are they going to do? They can't do anything, you know, besides eat each other, maybe.
Eat in front of a fish and it'll know. Feed a fish first and then eat. And you'll eat for the rest of your life.
You'll eat for the rest of your life. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a man a pet fish, he'll probably forget to feed him. An old wise tale, if you will.
Wise. Is it old wise or old wives?
It's
tale?
old wives.
Okay.
And I just learned that a couple months ago.
Hasn't stuck yet.
Very recently, and I think wise tale. It's annoying because it's not one of those ridiculous mix-up where you're like, dude, why would you think it was a wise tale? That doesn't make sense. In my opinion, wives' tale makes less sense. You know?
I think it's supposed to be like an old wives' tale, like it's gossipy. It's like not. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm just super woke and I want to cancel that stereotype about wives.
Maybe
I'm
yeah.
like, hey, why
Make
are we
it
calling
non-gendered? You know?
Yeah, maybe gossip is wise. You ever think about that? Maybe we shouldn't
Sometimes
be
it is.
putting down
Wise reality TV, the most popular category.
because
Pretty wise.
pretty wise, pretty wise,
Love gossip.
pretty wise, pretty wise.
Pretty wives.
One thing I did just want to mention in passing, for anybody that lives in the Towson area or frequents the Towson area, the Shake Shack just opened on the corner. The grand opening was the other day, and I don't want to jinx it, but I think it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I think someone's gonna get hit in that circle.
Oh no, it's on the circle.
It's right on the circle.
Ooh.
It's right at that crosswalk where the crosswalk. First of all, no one knows how to drive in the circle
Is it at
already.
the bottom of the Avalon?
It's across the street from the bottom of the Avalon. It's around that corner where the book
Oh.
holders used to be.
Oh, okay.
Like the
Weird.
the carryout window, like you know where the crosswalk is across Joppa Road on that
Yeah.
side.
It's by like the veteran statue or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like it's right on the corner at the circle. So it's like literally cars are already going through. They don't know to yield to a car, and they certainly don't know that they're supposed to stop at the crosswalk. They probably don't even know there's a crosswalk there because they're so busy trying to figure out the circle.
Most people don't know there's a Shake Shack there yet.
They don't, except for the fucking long ass line of people that are all crowded outside of the Shake Shack right next to the crosswalk, hanging out right on the curb of the street, crossing at random times. And like, I'm walking by and I'm always aware of that because I take that circle literally every fucking day. And I live next door to the Shake Shack, essentially. But dude, that's whoever planned that. I hope this doesn't happen, but I see it being a problem. I think someone's going to get hit by a car.
Yeah.
They should not have put that takeout window right next to the fucking intersection. That's just too much.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
It's too much.
But Shake Shack is really good.
It is really good.
It's so good.
And sometimes
that's a good come up for you, dude. You got a Shake Shack in walking distance of you.
It's
That's
huge. dude.
dangerous.
It's huge. I'm really liking the value of my apartment building is going up, which is not good.
Hopefully doesn't affect the rent.
Yeah. If I owned real estate, real estate, this would be a good thing. But the fact that my neighborhood is being gentrified by corporate entities, knocking out the the middle class whites like myself.
The charm.
The charm of Towson, dude. That Towson charm.
Yeah, they call it Towson Charm.
Yeah.
Charm Sit Town.
Charmtown. Charmtown.
Charm Townsend.
Yeah. And now I, a working class white, am being pushed out by
You're not working class.
an unemployed class white and being pushed out of my neighborhood, Towson.
I'm not even on the lease.
I'm being gentrified by working
My
class whites.
sublet.
Pretty soon they're gonna make me sign the lease.
And that's fucked up.
It's fucked up because I
You want
can't.
me to sign the lease so I can get a card to get in my own building?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Fuck you.
Fuck you, dude. Go back to fucking DC, Shake Shack. Psych. I like Shake Shack there.
So good.
Haven't tried it yet.
It was the only one near us is in the harbor, and that's so inconvenient.
Inconvenient
Yeah.
and unconvenient.
Unconventional.
Unconventional. They always put things in the harbor. It's like, dude, how does this help us?
Yeah.
Where am I gonna park? I'm gonna pay $30 for parking to go to Shake Shack?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna pay $30 to get a $5 hamburger.
Yeah, no fucking thanks.
Thank you, Baltimore.
Yeah, thanks, Baltimore, for putting all the good stuff where no one wants to go. And ain't that just the way?
Hey man, that's what Towson's for.
Yeah.
Put all the good stuff in the most dangerous spots,
Yeah.
which literally is Towson.
Yeah. They're just gonna put the hot dog guy in the middle of the street.
He's gonna be in the middle of the circle where that car landed.
That's the next, dude. If somebody could put a bar in the middle of the circle, first of all, I'd be interested to know what
Ooh.
address that would be.
They could probably do the one circle away or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe they would have a little bridge that you get to it. That would.
No, they got to keep it dangerous.
Yeah.
So, have you been to the Rotunda recently, down by me, like where that like upscale movie theater is? That Mom's grocery stores there.
Yes.
So like kind of in like the courtyard area, they have a bunch of like stalls set up, like permanent stalls though. They're like little. They look like little sheds, but they have like takeout windows, and when it's warmer out, they'll have like. One of them sells drinks, one of them sells tacos, one of them does whatever,
Mhm.
But that would be interesting if they put something like that right in the middle of the circle.
Honestly,
I don't know how it would work.
it doesn't have to work, dude.
Logistically,
It just
but-
has to be cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't think about it until we just started talking about it. But if the new studio could somehow be
In the circle.
in the circle, that would be so incredibly dope. I don't even know how to express how dope. There are not even words. Dope doesn't even capture it. How sick, dope, all the above it would be. Because also, what would the address be? There's like 6 streets all converging right there. It's like I'm all of it. One York, Joppa, Allegheny, Delaney Valley.
One studio circle.
They start calling the Towson Circle Studio Circle.
Ooh.
Pitch that to the Chamber of Commerce. See how that works
Yeah.
out.
Studio City.
They're like, and what do you guys do again?
We have a semi-popular podcast.
It's really known on Joppa Road in Towson.
We got a lot of listeners out in Sparks.
Sparks.
That's where the big money's coming from.
Yeah, and most recently in Columbus, Ohio.
Hell yeah.
The Buckeyes, the Ohio State Buckeyes love us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Columbus, Ohio. Little known fact about Columbus, Ohio. Bigger city than Baltimore.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Ohio itself is just giant.
Yeah,
It
but
is fucking enormous.
But I always thought, like, when I went out to Columbus for wrestling camp at Ohio State, the summer before my senior year, I remember thinking, like, oh, this is kind of like a Towson-y kind of town, because it kind of
But
had
that's
like,
just because like the downtown area is pretty much just like in the college.
yeah, it's sick. It's pretty
Yeah.
dope, actually.
Yeah.
And
But also the town just goes out. Like it doesn't cut off like how we have like Towson and Cockeysville, Lutherville,
Yeah.
da. It's just all Columbus.
that's pretty dope. And that's why they listen to us.
That's why they love us. We're so similar.
We're so similar. We don't cut off. We should have stopped
Never cut
talking
off.
hours ago.
Yeah.
We don't.
We don't have Monster this week.
We don't have monster. But I do have to take a piss, actually.
Yeah, we
And
can wrap it out.
Slap it up.
At Eric Glazer on everything. Like I said earlier, follow the new Facebook page, Good and Nice Productions. We'll be dropping the video today
At what time? 3?
at 3 p.m. on February 26th.
Sick. And this is the winner of the DC Improv.
So
you
party competition.
Okay, cool. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad that you finally have a plug this week, dude. That's big time. That's big time slime. As far as me, let's see. Calendar. Nothing. I guess I can plug Valley Inn. I'll be at Valley Inn next Friday, March 5th from 5 to 9. That's Valley Inn in what is colloquially known as Brooklynville, but it's pretty much just Lutherville. Real nice spot. I play there the first Friday of every month from 5 to 9. So that'll be March 5th, next Friday, 5 to 9. Other than that, we have a new single that's pretty much ready to be released. We got to get it mastered.
Ooh, let me hear after the pod.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're getting that taken care of, and we should be coming at you with. We got a bunch of stuff to do. This is pretty much technically our debut song as sophomore, like the real sophomore, me, John, and Joe. And I'm really happy with how it sounded. We got a bunch more in the bank that we're gonna start hitting you. So definitely look up Sophomore on Spotify. We're one of them. Just follow the one with the least amount of followers. It's probably us. And we'll be coming at you with that song sometime in March, maybe early April, and then a bunch more after that. And but yeah, at Jimmy Selesky on everything, and of course LFTS podcast on everything. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. We're putting out videos. I got some more clips coming out this week, every week. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, of course. If you want to fucking live large, follow us on Instagram.
Get in on the conversation on Instagram.
Yeah. Be a hater or don't. Hate on the haters. Whatever you want to do.
Participate in the polls.
Yeah.
Slide through the comment sections with your feelings on the clips.
Your feelings. Give us critiques. How should we have done this clip better? How could we have done this clip better? That's what's important. And also follow us on TikTok if you are a little child.
If you're a little baby and you go goo goo gaga, use the skeleton skull emoji.
And take the
and if you're a pro drinker and drinking baby food in the morning, still follow us on TikTok.
Or if you're a professional baby, i.e. using the dead emoji, follow us on TikTok. Yeah, that's it for us this week. Keep it sleazy.
Peace.